Hi everyone, my name is Muhammad Firdaus Aiman bin Mazlan. My student ID is SW0106168. First of all, we would like to thank to our beloved Madam Faridahani, for giving us an opportunity to finish our assignment and to present our assignment. Overall, we have learned a lot in this assignment. So next, I will pass on to my friend Go for the introduction. Thank you.
Good day, I'm Go Wan Eun and my ID is SW0105851. So the next I will pass to Andreana.
Hi madam, my name is Andreana with student ID SW0105683. Now I shall pass to my next group member Paul.
Good evening, madam. I'm Paul Kwan Yongchen. My student ID is SW0107071, and now I'll pass to Jenny.
Hello, madam. My full name is Lim Jenny, and my student ID is SW0105874. So now we would like to present our system first.
So now I shall present to you firstly our system is customer complaint management system, where the user is able to make a complaint and the admin shall give a solution to the customer. So now I shall run the file. As you can see here, this is the GUI where the user is able to see, and there is 3 buttons based on here. That is for the user is make complaint and check status of their complaint, and the 3rd button is for the admin to log in and give a solution and also check file for the admin himself. So now I shall go in as a user to make a complaint. So as you can see here, this is the customer complaint form where the user must fill in their name, mobile, email, gender, date of birth, and description of the complaint, and also tick box to clarify that every information that is stated here is true. Now I shall give you an example of how it's going to be run and be sent to the admin. So now I shall also click here. So when the user submit, there will be a small window over here that will stated that the complaint has been registered and the number for the user to remember is 1. So if the user, it will be here submission successfully. But however, if the user have input incorrect or incomplete mobile, or like for example like this. The system will say over here to indicate to the user that there is an invalid mobile number over here, because the digit that has to be input is 7 digits of number at the back. So however, there's also one thing that the user have to clarify also is the tick box. If the tick box is not ticked by the user, even though the mobile is correct and also fit to the condition of 7 digits, the system will also state here that please click for clarification. So the user must also click here and also clarify, and only then the system will be able to take it in for the complaint. Now I shall give for the second input of the complaint first for later on explanation. So as you can see here, the second complaint has been sent, and for the customer code number is 2. Now I shall pass it on to my next member to explain more for the check status. and so on.
Okay. So I'll explain about the check status. And after we click the button, another customer complaint form video will pop out. The difference is what just now my friend explained, there's a check button at here. So user can just enter the complaint number they get and check it. So the solution will be displayed here and the details of their personal details will display here. If the user enter the complaint that is not exist, so for example 3, then a warning message will be popped up. So the next is I will explain about the login as admin button. The administrator requires to key in their username and password in able to log in into the admin features. So I put in the username as admin and the password. Let's try to put in a wrong password. Okay, log in. So a warning message will be popped up if the password is wrong and the admin need to enter again. So if they need help, they can click the help button. So the admin will be, username will be admin and the password is implementer. Log in. Wait. So there's only 3 attempts, and if the attempts is finished, the user will be direct back to the main menu. Alright, so the next I will pass to Firdaus for the further explanation.
Thank you, Go. So before I continue, I need to request the control. So, okay, thank you, Paul. Okay, so one of the admin interface is manage complaint. So in here, we can see the customer data, which we can have the name of the customer, the mobile phone number, and so on. But what we are highlighting in the interface is the solution. So let's say we want to fulfill the customer solution for customer number 1. So we will type here 1. All right, so let's say if the customer complaint number 1 is system down, we can say that please restart the system and try again. Okay, so we will submit, and after we press submit, the interface, there will be a message dialog which is successfully added. So we press OK. Then I will add again for the manage complaint for the customer number 2. So customer number 2, system down, please restart the system. All right, so press submit again, and there you go, press edit. Okay, so that is all for the manage complaint interface. So next, I will pass on to my friend for next explanation. With all due respect, please continue, Paul.
So I'll be talking about the view in file. So when we click the view in file button, a new window will appear and the admin will get to choose the file. So the admin, to make it easier, we can just put text files and then only a text file will appear. Or if the user does not care, then he can just put all files. So when we click the txt file, and then the complaints will appear. So as just now we did 2 complaints, so complaint 1 and complaint 2 will appear. And then now I'll pass to Jenny.
Okay, madam. So right now I will be talking about how when the admin wants to delete the complaint. So how would they delete? We have a button here that indicates that they can able to delete the complaint. So when we press it, a pop-up will appear to ask for the complaint number that they want to delete, which can be found, which right now is either 1 or 2. So for this case, we will now enter 1. And we press OK. There will be a pop-up saying that the system has successfully deleted the data. So when we OK, and then view-in file, the complaint number 1, the entire data has been deleted. So same goes for view report. The function of view report is to let the admin see the overall report of the complaints that is currently in the system. So right now, as you see, when we deleted, actually there was number 2 here, but then when we deleted the first complaint, as I showed before, the the second complaint has turned into the first complaint in view in report. So right now I will pass it to Andreana to showcase another view of chat status.
So now I will show you. Thank you very much for the next one. Okay, so now for the check status, as you can see here, if I were to put in the complaint number 1, as you can see here, it will say the system down, and also there will be a solution for the user to look on it. So please restart the system and try again. So now we shall look into the coding of how the whole interface and everything that is being formed here from the codes. Now I shall pass it to Muhammad Firdaus to explain to you more about the codes.
Thank you, Adriana. Okay, so first we would like to go to the complaint.java for the first IO class. So we will scroll up. All right. So one of the important IO class in the system is Serializable. So Serializable is our first IO class. So Serializable will perform an object where it can be presented as a sequence of bytes that includes the object's data as well as information about the object's types and the types of data stored in the object. So in here, IO serializable is implemented on this class. So in serializable of IO class, we will have a serialized object or deserialized object. So this object can be differentiated by using object input stream and object output stream of IO class that contains the methods for serializing and deserializing an object. So we implemented the serializable class in complaint.java. So in here, as I stated before, these objects will be represented as a sequence of bytes as well as its information, so that it can retrieve for the next object or class. So for the second IO class, we have object input stream in comfile.java. So we go to comfile.java. Let's scroll up here. Okay. So in here, as I stated before about the IO class, in the system, we only use object input stream for deserializing the primitive data and objects. So the primitive data types can be read from the stream using the appropriate method, such as file input stream or FileWriter. So we implement the object input stream at line 38. So we can see we apply the object input stream. So here we are, object input stream. So before we continue about object input stream, we apply the nested try and catch block, which we use to enclose the code about that might throw an exception. So when we try, it will ensure that the types of all objects in it created from the stream that match the classes and the classes are loaded as required using the standard mechanism. And by the help of file input stream, which my friend will explain later, Paul, and if it is true, the complaint list will be added, and we call the read object method, which is it is responsible for reading from the stream and restoring all the classes field. Now, next we have when we catch, this will lead us to the third of IO file, which is end of file exception, also what we call EOF exception. So basically, EOF exception will act as a signal that an end of file or end of stream has been reached unexpectedly during an input. Thus, this exception is mainly used by data input streams to signal the end of the stream. And so we have another try and catch block, which we will have another IO class that my friend Andreana will explain later. So next, I will pass on to Go for further explanation about our IO class. Thank you.
Okay. So I'll explain the next IO class we use in the program, which is file. So file is actually used to present an abstract path name. For example, let's see the implementation is this program is in line 34, so which is here. Okay, so when we create a new file instance, the system will convert the given path name string into an abstract path name. So like we see here, the conf file name is actually a string that contains the path name, which is the source of the file. In this program, it is with the it is this, and then it's complaint.txt. So this is the exact string value, which is our path name. And besides this file, this class file, we use it in the view file class. Is it? Am I in the right file? Yeah. So in this class is in 110. So there's another, we implement the file class and using that method get selected file. Chooser is what we use. Chooser is a file chooser object that we use to choose a file, and after that we will return the file value, the file name, and store it as file f. So the get selected path will return the absolute path string of the selected file. If the path name is already absolute, then the path name will just simply return it, or if it's empty, then it will return the current user directory, which is the system property user dir that returns it, like just now what I copied and pasted the first time. So the next class will be the file input stream, which is in the com file. Let me get back the file. Right. Thank you. So the next I will explain about the file input stream, the file that we use in the program. So file input stream is to read the stream of raw bytes such as image and data. In this program, it appears at here, line 39. Okay, so it is used as a parameter for the object input stream. This file is actually used read the data from a file in the form of a sequence of bytes. As in this program, it will be the com file, which is the file that we need to read, and convert it into sequence of bytes so that if the file does not exist, or it is directory or just cannot open while reading, then a file not found exception will be thrown, but we didn't do it in this program. So the next I will pass to Andreana.
Okay. Okay, the next IO class, the next IO file that has been used here will be our FileWriter. As you can see here, FileWriter is being used here. FileWriter is used to create a file name with a boolean given a file name indicate whether to append. As we stated here, we use it in line 261. which is over here. FileWriter equals to creating a new file name with boolean true inside a try and catch place, and where this is also where it tries to create, and if there is an error in it, they will try to catch into IO exception E, which is the next IO class that have been used here in this program. So the next FileWriter is also used in delete data, which is in line 46. This is over here in also the try and catch, where FileWriter fw is equals to new file, creating temp file with boolean true. The next IO classes that the next IO class file where it's been used is the IO exception, which is if we go back to the previous one, as I stated there, the IO it checks the error, and then it will come up with a window with now. And it is also used in several files such as view file and also com file and also delete data. So I shall go into one of these files. For example, like com file at line 46. Line 46 over here. It's also in the try and catch IO exception with pre-start trace, which is a tool that has been used to handle exceptions and also errors. And now I shall pass it on to my next group member to explain more for the next IO file class.
So I'll be talking about the buffered reader and the file reader. So I use the buffered reader and the file reader at line 114 and 115. It is used in the try and catch block. So a buffered reader is to read text from a character input stream, buffering characters, so as to provide for the efficient reading of characters, arrays, and lines from a text file. So, but it is advisable to use the buffered reader with other type of readers such as file reader. So in this system, we use the file reader together with the buffered reader. So the file reader is used to read the contents of files. It is a very convenient class to use to read character files. So we create a object, and then at the buffered reader, in the parameter, we put the object created from the file reader. So now I'll pass to the next member.
Alright, the next member is me. So right now I will be explaining the last two class that we use in this system, which is the BufferedWriter and the PrintWriter. These two IO class are used in the try catch block, which is line here, which is line 47 and 48. And the PrintWriter is also used in the code in line 72 onwards. So first of all, I would like to explain about BufferedWriter. So what is a BufferedWriter? BufferedWriter, it writes the text to a character output stream and buffering the characters to provide efficient like writing of single characters, arrays, and string. But how does it work? So like during the write operation, like the characters are written to internal buffer instead of on the disk. So once the buffer has already been filled or the user stopped the writing process, the whole character in the buffer are then written to the disk. So overall, we can say that the buffer writer, it reduces the number of communication to the disk. So it more like simplify the process between the disk and the writing. So what is PrintWriter? PrintWriter, it allows you to write the formatted data to an underlying writer. So like for instance, like for example, you want to write the in or string or float or whatever. So all of these will be formatted as a text rather than like the usual byte value. So why do we even use this? Why do we even use this? It's more we use this when we want to mix the number and the characters together into one. So to avoid any complicated stuff, we use a PrintWriter so that everything can be generated as a text. So in other words, this class is more useful to use. It's like when we are generating report or something that requires us to mix both the number and the text. PrintWriter, as I said before, it started to be used on line 72 until line 81, if I'm not mistaken. So if the complete ID that the user enter, the admin user or the admin enter is not equal to the complete ID that the system is currently scanning through, then the whole data related to the non same complaint ID will then be passed to the PrintWriter to be processed. So after the PrintWriter has been processed, then they will pass it to the BufferedWriter, which will then buffer the whole data before it will then pass it to the file, which will then be which will then be inserted as a data in the new test file. So I guess that's all from me and also from us. So as before we end this video, we would like to say
Thank you,
thank you.
madam.
Thank you,
Thank you,
madam.
madam.
Thank you, madam. With more. Bye. Thank you, madam.
Again,
Yes, thank you, madam.